Visit us at Eduvvo. Thank you for calling Eduvvo.
For the first part of this tutorial, we're going to look at acquiring the Epic Games launcher to download the actual Unreal Engine. We'll be covering various areas of the launcher, how they work, and how we can use them to develop your own Unreal Engine games. So let's begin by going to unrealengine.com in your web browser. Once you're here, I want you to go to this Get Unreal button in the top right hand corner. Click it, and then register for an Epic Games account. Now if you've already registered for one, you can just click the sign in button here. Either way, you'll end up in the same place. From here, all you need to do is select the platform that you want to develop on, Windows or Mac. In my situation, it's going to be Windows, so I'm going to click this button. Once you've downloaded the launcher and followed the prompts to install it, you just need to log in with your Epic Games account. So enter your details again. Immediately I'm greeted by this community tab, but this isn't where I want to be. Don't worry, we'll come back to this in just a minute. First off, I want to go to the library section. And from the library section, I'm going to click Add Versions. You should see the latest version of Unreal Engine now appearing here. I'm going to click Install, and it's going to give me a new prompt. So this new prompt lets me select all of the installation options for this version of Unreal. Do I want starter content? Do I want templates and feature packs? Unreal Engine's actual source code? Art tools? As well as this, it also includes things for us to download that allow us to deploy to various new platforms, such as iOS, Android, HTML5, or Linux. Now I'm going to keep the defaults checked here, just in case. I'm also going to enable the art tools, because these are really good to have. For the most part, art tools refers to the tools that you would use within 3ds Max or Maya to work with Unreal. So with those checked, I'm now going to go install. And you'll see that the download kicks off, and in the top right hand corner here, we can see the download and its progress as we go on. So I'm going to go back to this community tab, and I'm going to show you the Epic Games launcher. Now, a lot of people would cast this aside thinking it's just a news tab. But realistically, it actually includes links to your answer hub, forums, wiki, roadmap, and blog, and these are very, very useful for developers. So let's take a look at these. The answer hub is an area for you to just find solutions to issues that you may be facing. This is where you can report bugs or issues that you're having and see if anyone has a good idea on how to actually solve them. The forums are for discussion with the community, so these can be very, very useful. You might want to scout out a team here. You might want to float an idea of something new you're looking to develop, see what people think. As well as that, you can talk about general features and the way the engine's going. Plus, if we scroll down to the bottom here, you can see that we actually have forums for various different areas of the world that you can go through. This is very, very useful if you're trying to form something local. So the Epic Wiki is a very, very useful area for you to get actual in-depth information on specific features. All you have to do is go to it, do a search for the feature that you want, and you'll find a wealth of information at your fingertips. This is really, really useful if you want to try and get as much of an idea about a feature as you can. Next up, we have the roadmap. Now, the roadmap is very useful. A lot of people don't know that this actually exists, but it's very, very useful because it lists all of the things that Epic are currently working on, or at least considering working on. This means that you're not kind of in the dark about features that'll be in the engine in 6 months' time. You can actually vote on the things that you would really like to see. So if I scroll through here, one of the things that I can see is a lot of features actually coming up in the next version. I can see that this 4.15 feature is done, and that'll be useful for me. One of the great things about this is that I don't have to spend my time developing features for the game that are going to be coming into the engine in no time anyway, and developed by someone else. This allows me to save time and resources and work smarter. Next up we have the blog. The blog's great because it's not only the newsfeed, but it also has highlights for community development as well as developer features that they really want to discuss with the public. This can be a great way to find out all sorts of information that you wouldn't actually know about certain features or certain things that the community have done. Now if I go past the community tab and look at the learn tab, this is really where what I believe the most useful area is. Not only do I have documentation and video tutorials, but if I scroll down, I have entire engine feature samples that are Epic's way of demonstrating how to implement things. These are entire projects that I can download and I can see how they were made. I can go through, I can look at every effect, I can look at every line of code and every shader, and I can see how everything was put together, and I can use this to try and understand how best to create my own projects. Not everyone's a programmer and not everyone's a 3D artist, so the marketplace is fantastic because it lets you go in and just cheaply purchase new features for your game, art or programming, or even audio. So go through here and see what's there. And don't worry, if you're worried about the cost of some of these things, there are plenty of free assets that are available to you as well. So if I load up this, for instance, I can see that there are Infinity Blade assets provided by Epic that are entire environments and character sets, as well as weapon sets, that are all mobile ready and available for you to implement in your own projects for free. We're going to cover this a bit more later. Next up, we have the Library tab. This gives you an overview of every single project that you're currently working on or have installed on your computer, and as well as that, we actually have a listing of every version of the engine you currently see. If this exclamation mark appears, it means that the version that you have here is out of date and that there's an update available for it. The final thing that we're going to look at is Unreal Tournament. I can't stress enough how useful this is. Unreal Tournament is a collaboration between Epic Games and the community to develop a new Unreal Tournament game. So the reason this is really useful is that you can actually load a full game that's in active development and see every feature, every line of code, every art asset, and you can see how they've been implemented, which means when you go to do this for yourself, life is way easier because you can pull everything apart and get a better understanding of everything that's there. Be aware that it's quite a large download and that if you want to get it, you want to get the one from the Create tab and not the Play tab, because the Create tab is the one that gives you the editor access, whereas Play is a cooked down version of the game. So that's it for the time being. Once this download is finished and you've got the latest version of the engine, I want you to go on to the next tutorial. Thanks.
If you are looking for teaching stuff, education stuff, programming series, application, and Android development, coding skills, marketing skills, presentation skill, paid courses for free are available. Thank you for calling Eduvvo.